Our forecast for the automotive aftermarket in 2018 is that the industry will grow somewhere in the range of 2.5% to 3%. And there are two big factors that go into that forecast. One is the miles driven growth rate. Our expectation is that the miles driven growth rate, which has been slowing down dramatically over the last 18 months and really pulling the industry performance down, is going to stabilize. And so that stabilization of that growth rate is going to be a tailwind for our industry. The second is focused around average price at retail, and our expectation for average price is that average price will be up 2 to 3%, which, as has in years past, will drive top-line sales for the industry and cause the industry to grow positively. Now, in January, we saw crazy winter weather across much of the country, and we saw categories like batteries, wiper blades, antifreeze, all weather-related categories really drive foot traffic into stores and cause the industry to grow almost 10% in the 1 month alone. So our forecast, based on a couple of macro factors, can really be influenced by things as simple as the weather. Looking at 2018 and beyond, we expect the industry to grow 2.5% to 3%. There are a number of headwinds that our industry is facing, even in light of our positive forecast. If I'm planning for 2018 and beyond, and I'm thinking about trying to exceed the forecast of 2.5% to 3%, I would be focused on a couple of things. One, the in-store experience. What are you doing to drive foot traffic back to your stores? What are we doing with the in-store experience? What are we doing with our in-store expertise to pull consumers back into our stores, not only to buy the things that they need, but also to drive discretionary purchases and impulse purchases while they're there in our stores? The second area of focus, I would be thinking about who the end consumer is today and who it's going to be down the road. We have a changing consumer target between boomers retiring and millennials coming into their peak driving years. We have ride-sharing services where people are leaving their own cars at home more and more and instead taking a ride-sharing company or a car to their location of destination. So thinking about the driver of that vehicle and who they are as a consumer. Is it more of a fleet that you're focused on versus the end user? Looking further down the road, e-commerce is especially important. We know that buy online, pick up in store is going to be the largest component of that market. And so as a retailer, if I'm thinking about the whole buy online, pick up in store experience, I'd be thinking of creative ways to capture that consumer when they come to my stores and thinking about what I'm doing with that consumer when they're in my store. Am I just allowing them to grab their product and walk out the door? Am I pulling them into the store and trying to find ways to upsell them on other products? There's a real opportunity there with the consumer on the buy online, pick up in store when they're actually there at your location to engage them in different ways. It's not the end game. Omni-channel becomes the real focus for the marketplace, but e-commerce, buy online, pick up in store, what you're doing with that buy online, pick up in store customer when they walk into the store, is there an opportunity to upsell them once they walk into your door, but also ship to home. What's really important to that is the experience for that customer on your website. What does your website look like? Is it a seamless experience for that end consumer as well? So a wide variety of things to think about down the road when you think about what it's going to take to succeed.